vase. We're going to move it along to the next phase to do with our hot glue. It's over here. Hot glue is right here. We got our coffee. We got our piece of hot glue. So, are you wondering how we're going to measure the pressure that we need on a Stallius? Are you wondering? Is you wondering how we're going to measure it with that scale? 1-digit scale, get to 4-digit precision. How do we do that? We're not worried about it yet. First, we're going to do this. I'm going to take the little stringy off. I'm going to see good. Okay. And then get a little stringy. And then I'm going to take the little stringy off completely. Okay. And then take a little wire piece. And see, we got a little black mark right here, right where the end of the Stallius goes. Right here. Just like this. We're going to hot glue that on there. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. With the trusty old torch is the easiest way. Quickest. Rather than heating up the hot glue gun. Why torch? No, cuz. You like torch. Gas. If you don't burn the gas up, it goes up in the ozone. It's best to burn it off. Anything that burns, burn it. No, not really. We need to have clean. That's the old school attitude. If it burns, burn it. Yeah. See, I use it gas because it's quick. Okay, there we go. Actually, the real reason I can't find my hot glue gun. The other one I got broke and busted. Okay, so now we're going to take this, spread these wires out like this, and I want to glue them down on either side of this thing, like this. Just like that. Now solidify the wires. So I guess we're going to just lay it off to the side. Melt some glue and dribble it on there. Actually, the regular hot glue gun, it's not so slow once you heat it up. It's just and what I'm finding, so as you get a hot plate, what I'm finding is working the stick like this is very convenient. Maybe I just get something and put these in and let them melt into a puddle in the bottom, and then I can just dip in with a dauber like this. That way I can fold it back on the back side and get some more insurance strength. Okay. To the other side. Where'd the glue stick go? You saw it go. You're watching with the camera. I mean, you in the camera lens saw it. Now, see? It's not there, not there. Put it on the floor. There it is, on the floor. Okay. So the physics work on this thing's coming. We're just doing the basic build yet. Okay. Now you know what we can do is shield. We can cap all the electrical in hot glue also. But what we want to do is cap this. We'll worry about that later. We'll worry about cosmetics after we get it all built. Okay, now what we're going to do here is glue this down here, like this. Like that, right there. Let that set for a second. And we're going to cap it. What we plan on doing is just bringing this right out the back as one wire. Or just let it, and actually that's fine right there. Just solidify that with some more. Okay, here. Out. Hot. And then later we could put a cosmetic cap over the whole end of it, right? Something. Attach it to the end. Bring the wire out the back. Maybe, I don't know what, I haven't figured that one out yet. But I know this hot glue is not holding the end of this. It's coming loose. Okay, tape. Oh, wow. No better. Okay. Tape. Anyway, Scott's doodah is screwed up. Big Texas. Yeah. Alright, here. Let's do this. Tape over the whole thing now. Just make that the cap, end cap. It leaves the notches available still. It does. Okay. A little tension on that. And it's double sets the cartridge on there. There it is. That's good. Alrighty. And then this can go back on. And then for protection of the little stallions, we'll go ahead and put a temporary bridge on it. Still trying to figure out, oh, I've got feeler gauges. That's how ultimately to set the height once we decide, once we do the math to figure out exactly how much pressure we want that rubber band to put on the stallions. Okay, here's a stick over. Too thin. Needs to be thicker. So you already got an idea of approximation. But what we're going to do ultimately is put something on their metal and file it down to the right height once we figure out exactly what height we need, see, by using physics. Alright, so the meantime, we'll use our eyeball to set it, and we can dig out. I think we've dug out that phono preamp. It'll give us an idea. Are we contacting? Let me get my magnifier. We're contacting. Back contrasted against the coffee, I'll be able to see it. Yes, we are. Okay, good. We are in contact. So next thing is to just we can plug it in and try it. We'll dig up. We got to dig up that phono preamp, and we want to plug it in and try it. Just get an idea of how it's going to work before we go and do all the math and figure out exactly what we need there. Okay. Do I measure your worth? How do I know what you're worth? How will I find your true worth? Only by a test. Oops. Sorry. It's hard when it gets older. My fingers decide they don't want to do this like beginner again. Your brain wants to knows where you want to put them, but they don't go. Or, so I feel for Eric Clapton, man. You know, this is getting even worse. That was one I did the other day. That's pretty interesting. Ow. It hurts. Ow. That's why we record. Ow, 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 ow. Didn't know the way I could do a concert, like, you know, play through the whole thing. Ouch. Anyway, that's why we record. Well, we can take this cut that we just did here. We actually got two camera angles. That one and this one at the same time. And we take these cuts off of this and we can put it in an editor and loop it and then go on with it. You know what I mean? So that's how we have to do it. That's our process. So get on with the next thing. We got this car we're working on. Okay, that's moving along real nice. Take a break from that. We're going to get into this this radiator. We need to get an extension. Well, what do you know? You know, B? Big Jack. Hey, Big Jack. Coffee. So we need some coffee. We make coffee and then What is she doing being a floor dog, huh? There, that's better. More like it. There you go. Get up off that floor. Uh-huh. Yes, indeed. So, here's the coffee. Oh, coffee. Sorry about the dead air. Well, Sabrina, I'm gonna give Scott a call. Let him know the bad news about his Kia. Let's give him a call right now. Oh, contacts. Oops.
Hi, you've reached 713-876-6433. Please send me a message and I'll call you back as soon as I can. Bye-bye. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Big Tex. It's Roni. How you doing? There's Sabrina wagging her tail. Yeah. Anyway, hey, check it out. Just like old-fashioned phone. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, yeah. See, that's what it reminds me of. Anyway, it's just a great little thing, actually. So, and here I'm on giving a message and talking to you. Anyway, so some news about your Kia. Okay. radiator's almost out, but I can't get the radiator right out until I get the fan clutch off, and I'm running down. I need to find a tool. So if I got the tool, I got to buy the tool, whatever. But here's the deal. Here's what happened to you. When you're out romping around, he was out romping around in his little toy, big, grown, overgrown adult kid playing with his toy, and he goes and decides to run into something, smash into something, whatever. Scott, you smashed into something and broke the radiator air conditioning condenser shock mount. Okay? And when that happened, it shoved the radiator into the cooling fan. And the cooling fan damaged the aluminum, not solderable radiator. We're going to have to use, we can fix it. We have to use some product, some automobile drugs, something like that, some automobile drugs we call, like maybe some a special aluminum patch material that you buy for like $6 or $8. Or, yeah, liquid aluminum. That's what you buy. We put a tube of this stuff called liquid aluminum. It's aluminum embedded in epoxy, and it sticks to aluminum forever. Really good. Embeds its pores into the pores of the aluminum. That's how it bonds. Anyway, so it doesn't come apart. I want you to let you know I found some in the truck, in the seat. I found some I found some bud. It's all dried out, but I'm going to smoke it anyway. I'm going to smoke it right now. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm loading the bowl. So I still am losing your message, I think. Yes. Okay, so I'm talking to your message machine like you're actually on the other end. This is a technique we discovered and learned when we were working as it was a combination job. Network analyst, computer programmer, psychological help for the other help. That was a given. Delivery person. We traveled, Leroy Sportsbook. We traveled Nevada. Installer. Yes. Anyway, we did all those jobs all at once for them. So when we did all those jobs, I'm rambling on your voicemail. But anyway, we learned that technique. Instead of playing phone tag, you talk, you get voicemail, you talk like it's the person on the other end to say your piece. When they answer back to you with a response. That's how that works. They're longer messages, but guess what? You get your communication in. Ooh, is this some of that purple? Oh, it is from the reservation. This is that purple stuff. Ooh, this is good stuff here. I don't know how it's gonna smoke all dried out. Okay, good. We're satisfied. We're satisfied. Dial pad, press 1. Okay.
To send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To send your message with urgent delivery,
press 2. Urgent. Let's make it urgent. I need a response back from you right away. So, okay, goodbye. Alright. So now here's what's cool. I got this LG phone. Both of these LG phones look alike. I got similar tripod mounts. It's a monitor lens, see. And you can see yourself. It's not perfect. The angles aren't quite right, but it's close enough. You can get a center. You can get an idea for center this way, and then the center the other way is another. Anyways, it's not tall enough to grab the whole frame of the shot, but it's close enough so you can kind of get a relative idea. But now what's cool? We were out there working on his Kia. We just called him on the Kia. We recorded that video about working on the Kia on this LG phone. It's uploading as we speak. And it's uploading, and I called him, and I'm making this other one on this LG phone. And as we're uploading one, we're making a continuation or another one. I guess it's a continuation. But the time, we actually shared time between one because we were in here earlier while we had already recorded some on this and paused it. We came in and worked on this. And then we paused that one and went out and worked on that. See, so we got these interfacing, intermingling videos going on. It should come out pretty interesting to watch. They're all going to be in the same playlist. A life recycled. And then actually in one of these videos somewhere along the way, I want to talk about the vortexial accelerator. Yes. And the TAS units. We talked about that some yesterday in that other video. The Viper craft. The Viper bike. I'm calling it a Viper. Why? Because the units, the TAS units, are 12-stage. The vortexial accelerator, the actual one, is a 12-stage motor. And the very bottom motor is a collection motor. What was that about? Oh, I think we just got another YouTube something. I can watch it on that one over there. Anyway, so the very bottom one is, it's going to end up running at near full lock rotor amps because its purpose is to collect the material up and get it started in motion. It's primary acceleration. See, because every time it cycles through the thing, all of that energy that you produce, that's being produced in the vortice, the tornado, the Tasmanian devil part. Okay, all that energy is given away, given up, and absorbed in work. And they use energy. Thing is that this design promises to be way more efficient than just spinning a bunch of big, huge amount of it in a big, huge gyro and just trying to work off a precession and the free flight. Because the way those work is the Roswell ones. They're spinning this big mass and they get this gyro going. And you got to have, so they don't spin. They got to have two of them actually going like this. And so you got this other one. There's two gyros working, and what you do is you set them into motion, and then you take away the power. You take away the power. They're in free flight. They're no longer connected to the craft. And once you do that, you can grab that energy, and shift your position against that mass that's in free flight. See, it's complicated, but see, by doing that, that's how they work, and you get thrust, and you do like this, and you do like that, and you do that, and you like that, and it's so inefficient. It takes so much power to move all that incredible amount of mass. So what we did, we took and considered how Mother Nature does things. Right now, Florida, right now the East Coast is getting battered by a huge one, a vortexial accelerator. It's a big one. This hurricane, whatever. Hurricanes are just extra large tornadoes, really. They're just huge, bigger tornadoes. They all work off the same principle. They're all an accelerated vortex. So it's the dynamics in a tornado, hurricanes, or whatever, more complicated than the TAS unit. It's just simple. They're way more complicated because they're Mother Nature, the dynamics of the flow. Anyway, well, it'd be an interesting experiment here. There's one. You want a physics math project? Oh, that would be a good one. How about let's figure out the amount of centrifugal force that's present at the bottom of the funnel in this hurricane, whatever, the one that's right now in Florida, the eye of the hurricane. And so there's my joke. I get to tell my joke. I don't really like to make light of it bad situations are going on, but I get to tell a joke. I'm going to tell a joke. And the joke goes like this. The Vegeta scale. F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, and they've recently raised it to F6 and F7. So you know what you get above F7? If you see anything above F7, well, that gets into the hurricane class of twister type stuff. Okay, but above F7, you could still use an F scale. It's the freaking bejesus scale. Rap. Okay, freaking bejesus, it's big. Anyway, so when a what's the hurricane's name? We could go right online and find out. And I'm sure there's in our notifications there's something about the hurricane right now. Let's check here. You can watch. This is news. I'm gonna be in any copyright infringement here. Okay, we're talking about a current topic here. This will be in our current trending topics category also. We'll click that playlist. Science News posted a launch. This lecture they were at PK. Romantic art quiz. The Ellen Show. Should have something from Fox News about the North Carolina, Jacksonville. There's something about the pizza.
Again, with the Fox News alert, Florence still battering the Carolinas this morning. Emergency officials warning the worst is yet to come. At least 11 people killed in the storm. And now many fear that continuous rain and severe flooding will only cause more problems for those living in the area.
Griff Jenkins is live in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Griff?
Good morning, guys. As recovery and rescue crews battle the flooding, let me show you the source in Jacksonville of that flooding. It is this new river, and in the parking lot of this business, the water's edge is already almost spilling into the parking lot. But that river, which is normally flooding at 14 feet, is now over 19 feet, breaking the gauge. It's incredible. But the business of the parking lot I'm in is actually a pizza place called Monster's Pizza, and they're the only business in town. They've been open around the clock, worked tirelessly to feed the community. Here's what Tom Sanders, the owner, says why he's doing it. Take a listen.
It makes me feel good, you know. I mean, I'm here. I mean, for the community and all that, you know. I'm making a part of it. And if somebody don't sacrifice and do things, then
if you're gonna be
I'm here with Thomas Mays, the other guy working around the clock. Thomas Mays, you got to be tired.
I'm very tired, very tired. It's been a long night.
It's unbelievable what you're doing. Quickly, are you worried about that water coming up into the parking lot another 5 to 10 feet? It could be at your door.
Not exactly. I'm not too worried about it. I think we're going to do just fine. If anything, we'll probably just close off this parking lot on this side and keep it open on the other side.
You know, Thomas, it's remarkable what you've done for this community. Why are you guys doing this?
Tom's a good guy. He takes care of a lot of people, a lot of our employees. He's just a good guy. He likes to help people.
And you're helping out. We're going to bring you a little bit more of that as we watch the flooding happening here. A lot of people here, of course, it is home to the Marines at Camp Lejeune. They're helping out too, guys.
Griff, well done. You just happened to find the one pizza joint open, though, in North Carolina.
Here's the commentary we have to make.
Surprise me, Griff.
Is this.
What's your favorite one? That's the big question.
We did, and actually, interestingly enough, there were hundreds of people here yesterday, and they expect Thomas is getting ready. They're going to have hundreds more coming soon.
You got to feed the army. They're still rescuing.
All right, so here's the commentary we got to say about that. Today is what day? Today is Sunday. Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. you don't believe in climate change, you better start. Mother Nature is about to lose, about to stop her heart. No, actually, she's just getting pissed. The more you mess with it, the worse it gets. Yeah, that's right. The more you mess with it, the worse it gets. Right, Beans? If you don't believe climate change is real, you better start. Because Mother Nature's going to come and tear your house apart. Right? If you don't believe in climate change, you better start. Because Mother Nature's going to send a hurricane and tear your house apart. Tear your house apart. Look, right now, see, if you don't believe it, listen, bees. These people got to understand. These people haven't been listening to the scientists. The scientists know what they're talking about. You don't care, do you? Do you? Do you cannot care too? Are you among the other 10 billion people that seem to not to care about it? Sabrina? Are you? Are you? I don't think so. It shouldn't be. Yeah, whether it's started by man or not, you know, even if it is the 1,000-year cycle, 10,000-year cycle, 100,000-year cycle, you know, Earth gets hot, Earth gets cold. Okay, even if it is, even if it's not caused by man at all, it's still happening. And you know what? Because it's happening, if mankind wants to stay living, and we want to keep life living the way life is living, we are going to have to take charge of life as we know it and adapt. And that's all there is to it. Yeah, we'll see my commentary. That's the thing. My commentary has nothing to do with the article itself. But it does. It's pretty cool. My commentary was at least they get to eat pizza. You're going to be having to be on rations and eat only one kind of food. Yeah. At least it's pizza. Okay, so we're working on this bass. We called Scott. Scott knows what's going on now. It's going to go on charge. So it's got a lot of charge. We wouldn't just talk about it. It doesn't hurt to add charge to these batteries. They're nickel metal hydride. You do not have to cycle them all the way down. To do sometimes, just cut. But they work pretty good. This stupid laptop battery is dead, gone. So I can't take my laptop anywhere without taking the power supply and plug it in somewhere. That really bites. Well, that's how it goes. second laptop anyway. So what we'll probably do is hunt down a second laptop, keep this one for an internet machine for now, leave it at home, let it just stay on the internet, or for interfacing with the internet, let it be an internet machine. Let it stay for what it is, and find me another machine to set up with the Focusrite device and for field. I have that Tascam 4-track. It belonged to Jimmy Rogers post-mortem. Rest his soul. That's the guy. That really is a nice analog machine. I should set up a nice hard-shell case that will carry. Setups will carry like, 4 mics with like 100 foot of cord on each. Or a little 4-channel snake. 20-30 foot of cord on each mic. 4 little, and then those little dynamic omnidirectional mics will work for that. Pack it with that stereo, that realistic stereo microphone would be a nice thing to put in there. Put one of my custom stereo PZMs in there. A nice selection of microphones and input devices. Spot for some cassette tapes, and then I have a nice mobile analog 4-track system. Pack it in a suitcase. That Pierre Cardin suitcase would be a good choice. Needs a battery pack, so right now it's the same thing as a laptop. I gotta plug it in somewhere. I need to get rid of battery pack. I have batteries so I could build up one. So, next move on this is, that's all glued down nice. Next move on this, what was it? We were going to find the preamp. We got to hunt down that preamp. And we're going to plug it in and play it just as it is first. Then we'll do the physics and adjust it, dial it. But we want to hear it first. We probably got it perfect already. You can dial it in by ear, actually. And we will. We're going to check our ear against the physics. Is how we're going to do it. We're going to dial it in by ear, and then we're going to do the physics. And then measure it up and see how close our ear came to what the math says. But is that pretty wild? Well, see, this is part of what we do. Part of the education we do. We made our living using physics in applique. Figuring stuff out. Reverse engineering things for people to fix them so they don't break again because of built-in obsolescence. Built-in obsolescence is designing stuff. Designing stuff to increase entropy. So entropy always increases. Entropy increases with time. Entropy increases with time. So anyway, the whole point of that I brought the hurricane up with, and twisters and all that, is how Mother Nature does it already. You watch a dust devil out there, you'll see stuff up in the air flying, up in the mezzanine, up in the crown, up to the tiara. Well, in that case, they're called the mezzanine. And then above that, there's the tiara, and the stuff is brought up in the vortice and carried up and out. And it's brought up in the vortice because it's the spinning wind and It's a phone. It's a torpedo gyro, and the Euler effect is the thing. The Euler force is the thing that causes it to rise up ultimately up into space. And it's Mother Nature's way of picking up dirt and other debris and spreading it about. So, let's see. So, what we want to do is find that. We're gotta find that preamp. Find that preamp. Yes, we have to find that preamp. We have to find that preamp so we can play the rubber band bass. We need to find the why can't I get that note? The phone preamp so we can play the rubber band bass and we can hear it with our guesstimated bridge before we do the physics, math, the measurements, and then the math. To test our... No, we're not really have to test anything, but we are going to prove that physics works. How about that, okay? See later, we can come across something, either make or build, come across buy for cheap, find for nothing, an oscilloscope. Later, we'll put it on an oscilloscope and check it with an oscilloscope and prove again that physics works. So, there it is. Let's go find that preamp. There it is.
It's going to shift to the west, more where I am in the central part of the state.
So this will
Just have to be very careful because this is so widespread. We haven't seen the deep flooding yet. We expect that to be around noon tomorrow, is what the USGS is predicting. So it's not over yet. The high winds are mostly over, but it doesn't take a lot of wind
to push more water in too. Yeah,
exactly.
Congressman, earlier your governor Cooper mentioned that the swiftwater
adapters or whatever to plug that in. So we'll be back.
Rescue?
Well, let's see. What have we got to plug into the output of that thing? This curtain I'm wearing is ready for the laundry machine. Okay? So anyway, what do we have? What do we have to plug in? Lights here. Turn Turn on your love light. Okay. What do we got? 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 Cords to plug in. Cords to plug in. There's a bunch of cords. Bunch of cords right here. So, headphones. Here it is. RCA to RCA. Okay, put this in there. Oh, here. So let's plug into that though. That's what I'd rather use. I'm going to go right in the channel and have to unplug anything. It's this thingy. Okay, so RCA went in and 4-inch in the other. That's one out. One channel. One channel. So 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch those down. So we only got one of those. Where's the other? Thought I had more of those beans. It's currently in a place I could pull it. Okay, good. Currently not using that computer. Another since it's got audio problems, I just can't use it for sound. So I can unplug it right here. There. Okay. And get them both. It was still each other. Oh, Sabrina went. Here we got dead air. Talking to dead air. Okay, here, this will do. This will be another channel. We'll just use one of these. Get one of them, put the adapter on it. There we go. And then we can get straight in the mixer. There it is, ready to try it out. Plug it in. Right. So, a couple of channels here. Let's say channels. So I'm not using 6 and 7 here. And hard right. Effects off. Leading out to EQs. Off. Okay. And we got 6 and 7 figures. Figures of minus 3. Alright, we go 67. And we got 67 occupied with this mic. Okay, we're using 7 and 1 track. 7 instead. 7. It's 6 and 7 are taken. So we're using 89. Okay, 89. Here. Trippy. 89. Raise up, sign left and right. Okay. Gains down, pads up. Pads up. Channel, soon. Down, off. Okay, on. And we should be able to get something. There we go. Okay, nothing. Yellow. Okay, so now we're ready to preamp. Got the preamp. Put channel. Put it on, make sure you're clean. Okay, no noise. Nowhere to plug in down there. So let's pull this over. Alright. Let's try plugging something into it. We may not be able to use that preamp. It might have to be just the mixer preamp, which actually will still work that way. You just have to use the EQ and stuff to get it to sound right. Let's just try plugging it in. It might just, due to the fact it's got open inputs. Ooh, that's clear. Yeah. Ooh, baby. Now, I think we're going to need some kind of strap thing. Ooh, shit. Okay. We need the pack. Okay. Sounds good. Anyway, so now, what we're going to do in this process is learn exactly how far we want to go. See how distorted it is? It's becoming disconnected from the stallion signal. No contact with stallion signal. Kind of cool sounding that way though. So, we want it further back than that. So the contacts it with no full pressure. Let's see what we get. Wow, actually that's probably what we want right there. Wait, responsive. So cool because we're getting left and right. The left and right separation is. What's this? This really needs to be clean. I think it's going to be a tabletop. Oh yeah, it is. It's going to be a tabletop. We still have to use physics though. If that works out perfect like that, now we got to find out why. We'll have to use physics to find out why. So we're going to ask. Here, Mr. This is great. This is a spot on the floor. This is great though. This is a professor. This is the character. We're going to call Mr. I don't know. Mr. Professor. Get a good shot. Okay, there it is. Perfect. Professor Floor Frog or something. I don't know. We'll give him a name. Just a spot on the floor, some smuzz on the floor, and there it is. Look. Yeah, he's gonna have a name. I don't know what we're gonna name him, but anyway. do. We're gonna find out why. I want to measure the amount of pressure that spring is putting over on that stylus. Oh, I know it'd be good to do. Here, I gotta cover it. We're gonna do the cover with this. Just she wagging her tail with that. Play it. Play it with your nose. Play it with your nose. You can play it with your paw. You can play this bass, Beans, with your tail. Here, play with your tail. Do whack it, whack it. There you go. You found an instrument you can play. Percussion. Come on, Adam, play that bass with your tail. Yeah, here, let's try it this way. Yeah, play that bass, play it, baby, play it. There you go, play that bass. Oh, that's it. Do it, play it. Play it. Play it. Play it. Play that bass. That's it, play that bass. Yeah, you play the bass. Play the bass guitar. Keep playing the bass. There you go. That's it. Yeah, that's it. She's playing that bass. She played that bass. She plays a bass guitar now. Yeah, that's right. Sabrina's a bass player. She plays the rubber band bass. That's it. She does. She plays the rubber band bass. She does. Yeah, she does. All right. Well, there goes my star, the rubber band bass player. The rubber band bass player in the band, 6,000 bands. Okay. Ooh, with the electric guitar, maybe. We'll play some more. Microphonic. Anyway, we'll play with it some more. We're going to learn how to play, find all the sounds it'll make and everything. Anyway, this has been a life recycled and the completion of, it'll get mods. Maybe we're going to put a chin thing, I don't know, or get some T-bars or something on the end, or pads, just some suction cups or something. I don't know. It needs something on the ends of it, so you can prop it, prep it, whatever, stick it wherever, But here it is. Hey, where are you going? Where's she going? Where is she going? It's supposed to be in this closing scene here. Yeah, you're falling down on your duties. Anyway, yeah, she's laughing. Yeah, we have fun, don't we? Okay, so anyway, so that's it basically for this episode. We'll figure more about this as it goes on. We'll use it in some recordings, in a jam song. Uploaded a guitar player's backing tracks or something with some rhythm guitar or something. Anyway. So what we're going to do is it compresses that stallius way down. You'd think it would damage it. Let's hold it back. That's way too far back. Maybe, see, if we pinch it, let's just see what happens. There's a lot of flex in it. That's what's allowing that to happen. No, phone's ringing. Who's calling? Hello, this is Roni from Mr.bjuel. Hey. What? No, just a few hours to get it done. Come back. Made a video, published it. Made another video while I was publishing that one. Made another video while that was publishing. I'm making a video now while we're talking on the phone. I just got through doing, check this out. Here. This is Mr.bjuel, by the way, on the phone, who called. Mr.bjuel, 6,000 bands. So, check it out. Listen, Brian, check this shit out. This is the rubber band bass. Fix it. Bad connector. Bitch. Tighten it up. Alright, there we go. Oh, what do you think? You gotta play it. Anybody can play this bass. If you got an ear, be able to find a pitch. What's really cool is it uses its phonostalius, right? And yeah, well, that's what I'm telling you, not asking you. It uses a phonostalius. The rubber band rides on top of the phonostalius. Kind of pokes into the rubber. It pokes into the elastic properties of the rubber a little bit, so the rubber grabs the stallius, and it communicates the sound. What's cool is it's stereo, so the acoustic image gets imprinted into the stereo image, and it's wild. It sounds really bitchin'. As you play it, the stereo image moves around the room according to how you touch it. And you can pan it left and right. That's what's really bitching. You can pan it. You can pan it left and right by how you touch it. Oh, so fucking cool. So by how you strike the string determines the oscillations that are going to occur between the two channels. And you want to have something. Oh, now if you bend the rubber band over one way or the other and put a bias on the it moves it from left to right. You can pan it pan a single note. Oh, badass! Ah, so badass. Anyway. Anyway, what are you doing? What's going on? What's on your mind? My friend? My friend? You mean Valerie? Valerie? Yeah. Valerie. Well, we can get in touch. We can get in touch with Valerie for you, sure. So, but yeah, you come on over. Yeah, you can check out this. Ow. You can check out the rubber band bass when you're here. Yeah, it's great. What? Yeah, I can burn some weed with you. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see in a few minutes. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. All right, bye-bye. A little more tension. Tune it a little higher. That's the best response right there. Alrighty.
Officials have the freedom to talk to foreign leaders and share those insights with the current administration. It's valuable. What we don't know is, what did he say? Was he listening? Was he discussing? Or was he advocating? In his body language, in his television appearance, lead me to believe that he was maybe advocating, yes, wait him out until the next administration. If so, that's problematic. Now, I don't think it's worthy of a Justice Department investigation. The Logan Act has had 2 unsuccessful prosecutions in its entire...
Hey, Brian, here, check this bass out. Oh, I can't bring it very far. No, because it's plugged into power. You can't be careful out here. It's really sensitive. Let's jam, man. Waistline. We record first. Okay, here. If you don't believe global warming is real, can't sing today. There's Sabrina. Yeah. We can jam to this later, Brian. Cool, man. That was fucking great. For just an impromptu fire run. It's pretty cool, huh? Guess what? Even Scott can play that bass.
Yep, I think so.
Sabrina played it with her tail. She actually played it with her tail.
She did. Probably pretty good, dude.
Yeah. See, what's cool about it is it's microphonic, so you can go. So you just don't even have to, you know. And then it has its own, so you can do stuff like. So 2 sticks.
Need a little
Here,
mallet.
here. Yeah, you here. So let me go get 2 sticks. Watch. I'm gonna get mallets. You play the. Like this, okay, here. Put this where I can, yeah. So, I mean, you're kind of in the wrong spot for it. Right on the string. It's pretty wild, huh? And we gotta include the horn. Oh, let me do that through the mic. Listen to this. was that about? The land of fairies. Oh, you drop guitar to me there, fairy boy. Welcome. Hello. Hello. From the land of fairies and wizards and dwarves and elves. Or how about this voice could be a space alien voice? Let me tell you a story. A story about rubber band basses, bass guitars, and pitch bending effects. Yes. Yes, before it blows up. Oh, it's gonna blow up. Uh-oh. Well, what do you think of the rubber band bass, Brian?
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually.
It is cool, huh? For being made out of junk and having it cost absolutely nothing, you can't beat it.
Nope. Better not be percolating on me.
And the fact that it is a unique instrument, just as unique as this thing. That this is the writing on it. I thought it was Indian until we looked at it better, and it's actually Hebrew.
Well, yeah, I always said that.
Yeah.
Jacob's horn. Israel from Jerusalem. It's probably a version of Jacob's horn.
What? Jacob's horn?
The horn that Jacob had to blow around the town when they marched around the town 7 times and Jerusalem fell.
Oh, so he was out here going.
Yeah, well, I just think he was going around going.
Yeah, but he might have been playing the melody. This is the day the walls will fall. Walls of Jericho.
Some real wax?
Huh? Got some real wax. Anyway, let's call this video over. Let's fly. It's been a life recycled. Oh, look. I had this thing running this whole time. Oh, that's bad news. That's dangerous.
Better get something in there to cook on it.
Yeah, use it for something.
Get that stove cooking.
Anyway, so yeah, this has been a life recycled rubber band bass. The completion of it. Well, no, it's not really complete. They're going to add some little stuff like Maybe some rubber pads on the ends. Okay. Side bye.
Right on, Janet.
Okay.